respectful. When it got to Luke, his face went white, then red. He completely blew up, calling me a terrible brother for dating his ex-girlfriend. He demanded I break it off with her immediately. I refused and told him to grow up. When I asked Jen about it later, she confirmed they had dated briefly. They were only together for 1 month before he broke things off with her because he was bored of being in a relationship and never really wanted to settle down anyway. On Jen's birthday this year, I took her to this fancy steakhouse downtown. I invited our families and her closest friends. After dinner, I got down on one knee and asked her to marry me. She said yes. Everyone cheered, except Luke. He completely flipped out, yelling about how I was doing this to hurt him, how I was rubbing it in his face. My sisters and I immediately shut him down and told him to leave if he couldn't be happy for us. He stormed out. Luke had been quiet about the whole thing for the last 2 months. I didn't see him much and figured he was in low contact with me, which I honestly had no problem with. Then out of nowhere, he invited me and Jen to a family dinner at his apartment. My parents and sisters were also invited, so we agreed to go. The dinner was actually nice, nothing too fancy, just pasta and salad. Afterwards, we all moved to the living room to talk. About 30 minutes into normal conversation, Luke stood up and said he had an announcement. He walked over to where Jen was sitting, got down on one knee, pulled out a ring, and proposed to her, right in front of everyone. In front of me, his brother, her actual fiancé. The room went completely dead silent. Then my mom started clapping. She actually smiled at Luke and told Jen she would be so happy to welcome her into the family. I stood up and said, "If you think I'm showing up to this circus after watching you smile through that, you're out of your mind." She told me I was being overdramatic and that Luke clearly loved her more. I grabbed Jen's hand and we walked out. My mom called the next day saying if I didn't apologize to Luke, she wouldn't come to my wedding. I told her to toss her invite in the trash because I won't beg her to be there. My sisters called later. Turns out Jen rejected Luke and he admitted he only proposed to prove he could win her away from me. Mom's been blowing up my phone ever since. She made her choice when she clapped for him.